Episode 8 of the Day of the Jackal starts with us whisked off to Helmand in Afghanistan, 2013. The Jackal is there as a sniper, working to take out a man believed to be their target. Other army officer teammate ordered to kill the person, but Jackal is convinced it's not him and is prepared to wait as long as is needed. This, of course, explains why he was able to lie in the theater for 2 days with his weapon. Back in the present, Leonore phones those in New York and brings up that the shooter came from the security detail within UDC. In News Channel 1 reporter asked to the Teddy, "Is it true that the gunman was the UDC's own security staff?" Then he replied that UDC's safe and river will flow and Hill not allowed to the sinister forces to prevent the launch of River on the 28th. There's pure chaos and pandemonium with this group, and they asked to Leonora, "Is our guy is still active?" Zena's trying to determine it. They said, "Tell her to make determination fast." Their team head was angry. He said Talon was our one chance, and he missed it. They now have a week until River releases publicly, so this is enough for Jackal to go back after them. Back into the concert place, Bianca and Vince find out the location from where Jackal shoot the UDC. They found the urine bottle and other goods which Jackal purchased before the lockdown. He has good patience. They find out a sniper gun which Norman has printed it for Jackal. Bianca was worried and surprised about the planning made by Jackal to kill UDC. The shooter, though, is a fanatic and working within UDC's own security council. While UDC scrambled to work out how they allowed someone like that in their own ranks, Bianca and the others work on the connections to Duggan and the cameras from the night at the concert. But nothing matching with EFIT yet. Then Bianca said he's not Ghost, he can't disappear. This guy is like us and where he's gone to rest. Who takes care of him? Then Bianca asked about the report on Alexander Duggan. It is mentioned in the report that he is 2 levels higher than the top secret. Doug Jin and his unit has done something else which is kept secret by the Army and MOD. Finally, after waiting 6 hours, they find out the target and they shoot him and ran away. The Jackal, as it turns out, is the name on the Jeep he's driving with his teammates. Alexander Duggan? Yep, that's definitely the Jackal's real name as well. After completion of the operation, they arranged a quick trip to Cyprus. In Cyprus, there's drama involving a Middle Eastern man, as Jackal's spotter, Gary, is drunk and points out the woes of working in the army. The man comes with a proposition, though. Given the money paid within the army is poor, less than being a bin man in the UK apparently, he has a solution. He told them about his friend which will pay you £10,000, maybe £15,000 to kill someone and take care of your problem. Jackal said, "Why we kill people for money?" Then he replied that you kill people for army, so what's the difference? He gave them his card to contact. Back to MI6. OC is talking about the fingerprints and DNA of Jackal, but there is no record of him. We have got only a EFIT. Bianca figures out that no, we have Alexander Duggan. OC said, "Are you talking about the dead sniper?" Bianca said, "Duggan is the only person capable of making that shot, and the intel they have seems to indicate he went to Afghanistan and then never came back. He has been declared dead, but without a body. It's definitely suspected. We know he's their man, and Bianca is closing in." Isabel and Bianca meet to the foreign secretary to discuss the case of Jackal. Back in Ankara, Turkey, Duggan and Gary killed one more person, Barzani, and get a huge money. The man told them the Barzani always telling a lie in newspaper and is a troublemaker. "And my friend is happy with your work. You are the best." He also told them that my friend wish you might be available for something else for him in future because he has a lot of enemies. We'll also provide you logistics, of course, travel, equipment, housing, expenses, documentation, etc. They replied to this man, "Our army will find us. If we change our mind, then we'll definitely contact you." In Spain, news spreads of the attempt on UDC's life. Nuria is rattled as she sees the composite sketch and starts to believe he's their man. Her brother does too. Nuria rings the Jackal and asks that, "Are you still in Talon?" Jackal said, "Yes, I've managed to get out." Nuria told him that Alvaro has seen a sketch in news, and he's thinking that he's you, and when the Jackal finds out, he's adamant that he needs to keep his mouth shut no matter what. Nuria said, "Are you coming back tomorrow?" Jackal said, "Yes. I'm." Nuria said, "You'd better be here. I want the fucking truth." Jasmine shows up that night to see her mom. She struggles to get the words out, but at least agrees to hear her out. Jasmine discusses about the duty of her mom. She asked, "Did you save UDC life?" Bianca said, "No, I was just a member of my team." Jasmine also asked about the Larry, which was worried about his daughter's death. Bianca told her daughter, "I always did my best to do good things, not a bad things, to protect my family." For now, the Jackal decides not to go ahead with this, so Gary and Doug head back to the army and continue with business as usual. However, the operation ends up botched. Despite them needing to take the deputy governor in alive, an unsuspecting sniper from high up in the hills catches the Jackal unawares. He fires before his comrades can get hit, and birds flutter up into the air. This contextualizes all those shots of birds we've been seeing before. Gunfire rains down, and the Americans blow the place to bits, unaware that it's actually a wedding taking place inside. Gary and Duggan race to the scene, where the place is bathed in blood. The other team members decide to cover up the whole affair, deciding that an RPG had them pinned down, and no one say anything about today what happened here. Jackal was internally disappointed. They had to call in an airstrike to cover the whole thing up. Doug and Gray were also seeing all these things. Gray said that wasn't a clean. That was a mess. Meanwhile, in Wakefield Prison in England, Bianca shows up to see Larry. He chuckles and resigns himself to his fate behind bars. Larry told her that he had used many people for his own purpose. "As you used my daughter, my wife, and me to come close to the Norman." He calls her rotten and that she's just as bad as him. But Bianca is here to say sorry. He doesn't listen and grabs a shiv he has stashed up his trouser leg and slashes his own neck. Bianca is shocked by what she's seen and is rattled. Vince tries to calm her down as she heads back home to wipe blood off her hands. She does compose herself long enough for the brief on Duggan, where she learns that after the operation we saw earlier in the episode, a massive explosion wiped them all out. While O.C. is called into the hot seat by Carver, we cut back and Duggan came out the Jeep and start searching some things suspicious on the road with Gary. They found a tricycle, and then Doug Jin blast a bomb, see that the explosion was actually orchestrated by Duggan. He rigged the Jeeps with a bomb, wiping out his own teammates while saving himself and Gary in the process. And both moved away where nobody can find them. Subscribe this channel for worldwide web series.